never had problems when I was younger, but having kids, losing weight, then had the third child, didn't lose the weight as quickly. And so I got divorced, weight just dropped off me, it was great. But then it all just starts creeping back up, get a new partner, happy, going out more, probably drinking more. And yeah, before you know it, it's like, oh my goodness, it's back. Always felt tired, bloated, put your clothes on and they're too tight. Getting older, having a muffin top hanging over your pants. Not wanting to go and buy bigger clothes, denial. That was it. I went to uni and did a degree for 3 years. I was still working full time, still running around after kids, and I just thought, I don't have time for me. I don't need much time for me, but I need some time. I had been going to the gym, and then it's like paying for a membership that I haven't used for 12 months. Sometimes if I had a day off and I had friends at the gym, I'd say, you're going today, I'm going to pop in for an hour. So you'd go there, and for, 3 or 4 days, my legs would be aching, my stomach would be sore. It's like, yeah, I can't go back for a little while. It's not that it's a chore, I don't have time. I do shift work, and if you start at 9:30 at night and finish at 7:30 in the morning, I'm too tired in the morning. By the time you get up, kids are home from school, they still need to go places or do things, or you're getting dinner and you're going back to work that night. It's like, where do you kind of fit in the time to do that? So I had a skinny uniform and a fat uniform, and the skinny uniform was generally during the day, and the fat uniform was if I was doing later shifts after you've eaten. But then when my fat uniform was too tight, drawstring pants, not a good look. I just would wear bigger clothes. And even when I said to people I wanted to lose 10 to 15 kilos, and they're like, what? You don't need to do that. And I'm like, yeah, under the jumpers I do, yeah. I wouldn't look in the mirror. I wouldn't get on scales. Not that I've been big on scales, but just the thought of it was like, nope. I think the whole of last summer, I might have got in my parents' pool once, and that's because nobody else was around. I knew there was no one there and I could just go and get in the pool by myself. Friends got on that isogenics, so the shakes, but that wasn't for me. I thought, it's far too expensive to start with, but no, it's unrealistic. I couldn't maintain something like that. My friend had lost quite a bit of weight and she was looking great. So we were just talking one day and she said that she did the SuperFast, and I said, right, I want to get into that. So she gave me details, went from there. I thought that's something that's realistic, you can maintain, it doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing. It's easy, it fits in with my lifestyle anyway. I do shift work, so it doesn't really matter. It was a 12-week program, and they said half a kilo a week. Well, no, for me it was at least the first week 2 kilos. I was like, this really is easy and simple, and I'm seeing results straight away. Already my clothes, it's like, clothes are feeling a bit looser. And I think then a couple of weeks into it, where I put my skinny work uniform on and it didn't feel tight and revolting, I was like, yep, this is much better. So 10 kilos came off before the end of 12 weeks. It was probably on average a kilo a week that I lost. I don't see it as a process, it's just a way of life that is working for me. And knowing that there's some support there if you need it, then that's even better. Whether it be a message, get on the scales, what do you weigh? Oh, do I have to do that? Have you measured yourself? Oh, do I really have to do that? But each time you did it and you'd see more weight dropped off or less centimetres, I was like, oh, this is nice. And then even at work, when somebody said to me one day, oh, have you lost some weight? I went, oh, yeah, just a little bit. Or your husband actually acknowledging. I think that's a big thing. They tell you, when you're chubby, but they don't say anything when you're looking nice. When he said to me one day, "No, you've lost a lot of weight." I went, "Yeah, I have actually." I said I wanted to lose at least 10 kilos, and I've got down to the 11.5, 12 kilo mark, but I think I was mortified when I first got on the scales at how heavy I actually was, and where I thought, oh yeah, 10 kilos, that'd be fine. It's like, oh, 15 kilos would be actually where I'd prefer to be. So yeah, I'd like another couple of kilos and still getting there. So on a standard fast day, I would go without breakfast, and then lunch I would normally have a little pot of soup for about 120 calories. Then if I felt that I was hungry in the afternoon, when, kids coming home wanting afternoon tea, I'd have a cup of soup, or I'd already have a boiled egg ready and I'd eat that. And then dinner would be a tuna salad, maybe a boiled egg, just something light, not much, but it was filling. I actually did feel with my energy levels, they went up. I think you don't feel as sluggish. You get up the next day and you don't feel like, oh, I've had a really big meal last night. And so you get up and you feel good and you're ready to go. My diet hasn't changed dramatically. It's just knowing what to eat, when to eat it, and probably portion size. Not having bread with that much butter on it, inch thick, because that tastes good. You can't go wrong. It is unbreakable. It's just purely up to you. There's not somebody saying, on Monday you have to do this, on Tuesday you have to do that, Wednesday you have to... Forget it. That doesn't fit into my lifestyle. And on Friday night I can still have a bourbon and Coke. I can do that. Other people notice, and people generally don't tell you when you've put on weight, but when you lose weight and they notice, I think that's a real benefit. And then when they say to you, oh, how'd you do that? And you tell them, and you can sort of share that with them. And you know what? I feel good about myself. You can feel good about yourself too. And we all know it's hard. So if you can do something to make yourself feel good, that's not too hard, go for it. It is really easy. At first it might take a little bit of self-discipline, but once you start and you realise it's not too hard to do, and you can fit it into any lifestyle, any busy working mum, stay-at-home mum, single person, you can just fit it into anything you do. I think sometimes when you're on a diet, and if you're on shakes or something, people always go, oh, you're on a diet, you're just having a shake. People don't know. Oh no, I'm just having a healthy lunch. You don't have to tell people that you're on a diet, because I think when you have to tell someone you're on a diet or explain yourself to someone, it makes you feel worse. So if you don't have to do that, it makes you feel better, and then the end results come quicker too. And so to be able to do this without having to do the exercise and seeing results, because I think it's funny, people don't exercise until they lose weight, and I think most people are like that, because you're too embarrassed. You're too embarrassed to go to the gym if you're overweight. So by losing weight and then thinking, you know what, with a little bit of exercise, I can actually do a bit more. So fantastic results just through diet. It's all about diet. Over 10 kilos, it has to be. My goal was to lose at least 10 kilos, which I found that I did quickly and easily. And then I knew that anything more would be harder, as it always is, but I haven't done any exercise, I'll be honest, no exercise. It's all been through fasting. And I know now, as it comes into summer and I'll start to walk more, that by fasting and introducing some exercise, that I'll be able to lose, another 5 kilos to get to a goal. I just want to be under 60 kilos, just under. It's the easiest thing you can do. There's no cost on your life, there's no hardship on it. Nobody else even has to know if you don't want them to know. Just do it.